Today I've got lots of updates for you. We've got an update with Princess that you need to know about if you are booked on a Princess cruise. We're going to also be talking about shore excursion tickets and what some changes are we're seeing with that. Why does it matter if a place is a UNESCO World Heritage Site? And why do we need to know about that? I'm going to talk about that. We've got norovirus on a ship. Even in the summertime. I know a lot of people think that's only in the winter, but it's in the summertime. And finally, we've been keeping an eye on some ships that are having some technical problems, and I'm going to give you an update on those. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it is July 15th of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate my updates, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us out, and I appreciate your support. So let's start at the very top here. I wanted to let you know we are in Amsterdam today. Today is cruise day. We are going to board the beautiful Viking, I'm just going to call it the Signa, and Sigyn, and we'll be sailing from Amsterdam down to Basel. Embarkation time starts at noon, they tell us, but our rooms won't be ready until 3. And so we'll just kind of take some video today so that we can share it with you tomorrow and let you know what all that looks like. But first, we need to talk about some of the headlines and what is really important for you to know. So first off, let's talk about Princess Cruises. I really appreciate some people sharing their experiences because I see things happen and I start to wonder how widespread it is. But then when I see more and more people reporting on it, then I know that it is more widespread, and so it really is helpful. So share your experiences, put them in the comments, let everybody know what's going on. Princess right now has a system glitch that has changed some birth dates in their system, and it has changed them without anybody touching it. That's part of the system glitch. When people realize this, the main way they realize it is if they go in to sign in and log into their cruise and they want to use their name, their booking number, and their date of birth. You can't get in if your date of birth is wrong, and you can even have it right, but if the system has it wrong, it's not going to work. So that's one way you can figure out if your birth date is correct in the system. Now, if you're not going to sail for at least 15 days, hopefully they will get this ironed out before you have to get on your ship. That is what customer service told me yesterday about how long they anticipate it taking to correct, as well as that's what some other people are reporting as well. So at least 2 weeks until they get this fixed. What do you do in the meantime? How are you going to get into your cruise? So my best suggestion is make yourself an account with Princess Cruises. See if that'll work with what you've got. When you go on princess.com, there are 2 ways to sign into your cruise. You can either click on that little manage my booking thing, and that's where you enter your name, your date of birth, and your booking number. Or you can make yourself a Princess account. And I always access mine using my Princess account because once you make one, when you go in, if you have, it'll show whatever cruises you have booked with Princess. So if you've got one, it shows them all. And so it's a really easy way to manage the different bookings that you've got. You can go in and do everything there and more than you can do in the app. It's a great way to manage your bookings. So in the comments, let me know if this is affecting you. All right, you can also call Princess and ask them and see if they can fix just yours. I don't know if they'll be able to do that, but they should be able to just fix yours on your booking. If you've got a travel agent, let them know that you can't get in so that they can take a look at it for you and try to get that ball rolling, okay? So like I said, share your experience in the comments. Next up, I wanted to let you know what is going on with the ship over here in Europe. Phoenix Rising is a cruise line here, and they have a ship called the Artania, and there are 1,200 guests on board, and 200 of them have norovirus right now. And so, of course, we hope that everyone gets well soon, but the reason that I'm mentioning this is so often we talk about cruises that are sailing from ports in the United States, and people get upset and want to know what's the deal with the norovirus. The deal with norovirus is you have to wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. But I feel like it's really important to let you know that they are also having that trouble on a ship right now that is sailing. It actually sailed from Bremerhaven in Germany. And so we'll keep our eye. They're doing a Norwegian sailing. They're stopping at 9 different Norwegian ports. So I'll keep you updated if they release any other information, but just wanted to put that on your radar. Alrighty, let's talk about what's going on with shore excursion tickets. A celebrity recently announced to guests who are on board the Reflection that instead of having the printed out shore excursion tickets, everything was going to be digital. The information that they need to know about the excursion that they're going to go on, like where to meet, what time, all of this would be in the app. And then when you get to that location, the crew member would be scanning their cruise card in order to see that they belong on that excursion. To me, this is a really big deal. Back in May, Carnival started doing this. They used the app and their cruise card for everyone to be able to not have to have that paper. There are 2 reasons that really stick out to me that I think this is a huge step forward, and that I'm hoping everyone is following suit with this. First of all, if you're on a cruise and you want to rearrange your excursions, for example, if you want to cancel one, you have to make sure that you turn in the actual paper ticket at least 48 hours on Princess and most of the other lines as well before you get to that port. And so if you want to go turn it in and there is nobody at the shore excursion desk, which is very common, they're usually not open very long, you have to slip them in the slot and you hope that the cruise line gets those in time, because if they don't, you still have to pay for that excursion even though you're not taking that excursion. The second thing that I think this is a really big deal is if you're on a cruise and you want to book an excursion. We've had the experience before that we've been on a cruise, we want to book an excursion, so we go in the app, we book it, then the tickets are, slid under our door by someone on that shore excursion team, and we've had the wrong tickets delivered before. We've had them both, our names on the wrong excursion, and then we go down and they're like, yeah, these are wrong, let us get you the right ones. And we've had them with other people's name on them before, slid under our door. So it's really important to me that they work on this and get it right. So I'm really excited that Celebrity is doing this. So let me know if you've got a celebrity cruise coming up soon, if you've got a Carnival cruise coming up soon, and what this looks like, because it's a huge, huge step forward. I'm very excited about it. Now, a lot of cruise lines that take cruises in the area of Greece end up calling in the port of Crete. And we're also seeing that a lot of times if a cruise ship cannot make their call in Santorini or Mykonos, they are often diverted to Crete. And people are always wondering, well, what am I going to do in Crete? I don't know anything about Crete. You hear Mykonos and Santorini, and those seem to be headlines of Greek islands, but then they end up in Crete and don't know what to do. So I've talked about that before. I love Crete. Crete is not Mykonos or Santorini. It's very different, but it has its own magic and its own amazing things to see. So it's important that you remember that. So I wanted to point out to you that recently, just in the last week, I believe, 6 sites in Crete were named UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Why is that a big deal? The sites that they chose are sites that are connected with the Minoan civilization. The Minoan civilization, the one that I recognize the most, and I've been there before, is Knossos Palace. And it is beautifully preserved. It is definitely worth a visit. You learn a lot about history there. You see some remarkable artifacts. When you go to the archaeological museum there in Heraklion, they have some of the original artifacts from Knossos Palace, as well as a lot of other sites. So it's definitely worth a visit. You don't even have to be someone that always enjoys going to a museum. You can definitely walk through and see a lot of beautiful things. But it's really important that we be aware that these are now UNESCO World Heritage Sites, because it affords them more protection, it affords them more international cooperation, and it will be, I think it'll really help things move forward. And I love the context of knowing about where the Minoan civilization fits in everything. It is a civilization that disappeared at the same time that the volcano erupted that changed Santorini. So it is all just really connected and really exciting. So when you go to Crete, they do have beautiful beaches. We've been to a beach club there before. We've done that. And it depends on which side of the island you go in. If you go into the port there, Heraklion, that's my favorite site to go in because you can not only access the beaches there, but they've got that archaeological museum. They've got great places to eat, shopping. If you go to Crete and you eat your lunch on the ship, shame on you. You definitely have to try the local food. Even if you don't know that you like it yet, give it a try. And I say that about a lot of places, but it's definitely worth it. So just putting, I want to put Crete on the map a little bit more, not to try to drive tourism there, but try to make people know that when you go to Crete, it's a special experience, that there's a lot to see, a lot to immerse yourself in, and just a lot to enjoy. So it's a beautiful day when you get to go to Crete. Alrighty, I just wanted to give us a little bit of an update. So if you've been following along in cruise news, you perhaps saw that the Serenade of the Seas up in Alaska was having some propulsion problems. You also maybe saw that the NCL Star started off on her transatlantic. They were going to go up through Newfoundland and Iceland and over. She started off, left New York, and ended up having to be towed back. I'm happy to report that she is well on her way now and everything seems under control. Like they lost power and everything. It was a really big deal there with the NCL Star. And then with Serenade of the Seas, it seems like things are going better for her. They're not perfect yet. They've had to miss support and they are going slower than they would usually go. But hopefully they'll be able to get everything ironed out, and at least they were able to go on their cruise so that everyone that was on board that ship didn't have to just go home. So let me know if you happen to be sailing on either one of those cruises or you know someone who is. We'd sure love an update. And no matter what ship you're sailing on, pop in the comments there and let us know how everything is going, because we all like to hear. So thanks so much for joining me today. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.